Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Well Balanced series. And I'm here to talk to Aubrey today. We're going to talk all about stress management, and then go into specifically her journey with Crohn's disease and talk more about that and how she's kind of restored her health, hopefully, since that diagnosis and all of that kind of thing. So I'm going to let her into this conversation and we'll get going. Let me add her in.
Whoa. Okay.
I know you have to find the spot that's like in
I
your face.
know. I thought I was good, but I'll back up a little bit.
You're front and center by yourself, and then when you share your screen, it's like
It's like lower me or something.
yeah, exactly.
Well, hi.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Good. It's so nice to meet you on here.
I know. I feel like we just like each other's stuff all day long, and I'm like, what does she even like sound like? You know what I mean?
Right. I love your shirt, by the way. That's cute.
Thank you. I have quite the outfit on. You can't really see it.
Oh
I've
my
like
gosh.
been chilling today, so I'm not matching at all, and I lost track of time, but it's fine. Um, but yeah, so we're here, and I was going to ask you something that I already forgot. I don't remember. But anyways, so we're going to talk today all about your journey. I'm really curious to see how everything has gone for you and just dive deeper into this specific topic. Can you hear me okay? That is
Yeah.
first.
I was turning it up a little bit, so I can hear you now.
Okay. You're like a little slow. I don't know if it might be my Wi-Fi, yours,
It's
but maybe it usually kind of takes a second, so it's fine. As long as the people can hear. I think my AirPods might die, so
Is that better?
yeah.
Okay. I think we should be good now, hopefully.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just like pause after you're done, so I know you're done speaking, so we don't like talk. That's the easiest way to do it. Sometimes I'm like, are they done? I don't know. So, anyways.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so let's dive into a little bit about you, just telling me, again, like where you live and also just kind of like what your journeys looked like so far and what kind of led you to obviously the NTP world and health coaching and all of that. So we'll start there.
Yeah. So, I am in Fort Worth, Texas. It's so hot here. Honestly, it's been like super overcast today, so I'm loving it and loving being outside when it's overcast. I'm originally from Colorado, so love the mountains and miss home so much. But yeah, kind of a little bit about my journey and what led me here. And I mean, growing up, we were always super healthy. My mom like had a garden and everything, but we were also your typical kids that wanted the Oreos and the Chips Ahoy and all of that stuff. And I had a definite Mountain Dew addiction in high school and was just go, 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 like played every sport possible. And I don't know, it was just a constant state of go and stress. So that's kind of what I was used to.
Right.
And then in I was also on Accutane in high school. So I think that was like initially what started my Crohn's situation on top of just the go, go, go stress. Then I moved to Texas and I have an identical twin sister. And so we split up and stayed in Colorado and I went to Texas. And it was just, I don't know if you would, I mean, trauma is trauma, but I feel like me just up and leaving her, it's like I had to find a whole new identity. So it was just very stressful. Actually moved back to Colorado just for 6 months because I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can continue college without her. It was, so anyways.
That's so crazy. I didn't know you had a sister, a twin sister.
Yeah, I know. I really honestly don't show my face on Instagram that much. So I feel like people only see posts, but they don't like know me or who I am, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, I was also just that definitely a party girl in college. Had major fear of missing out. So I was like at all the parties, wanted to be where everybody was. And I think that was also just kind of like, because I was away from my sister, I was just kind of filling that void of like needing to find friends and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, and then I met a guy that was not the best situation for me. So it was just like a huge ball of stress, like one thing on top of another. So my health started to decline pretty quickly. And then I started losing weight drastically, like lost 30 pounds within a few months, and was in a lot of pain. And then some of my hardest classes of my I did kinesiology, health and fitness. So I am a health and fitness background, but it was in some of the hardest classes of that time, and then ended up having like emergency surgery to remove some of my small intestine. So
Oh,
that's how
wow.
I ended
Girl.
up with Crohn's. I know. So yeah,
So was there like a
they
big, or go ahead and continue first.
um they said that I would be on medication for the rest of my life, and never addressed what stress do you have in your life? What's your diet like? They don't address that stuff when you have a major surgery. They just don't.
Right.
So I kind of was on my own and figuring all of that out. And I wasn't really taking it for an answer that I needed to be on medication. So I just didn't take it and changed my lifestyle by myself, navigated everything on my own. And yeah, it led me to, I went to IAN. So that's what led me to
Hmm.
health. Um, and then also led me to the NTA program.
Nice. Well, you've been around the block then.
I
Okay, so I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It is lagging just a little bit, but go ahead.
I know, it's hard. I don't know why. I met my parents too, so maybe their just internet is horrible. I don't know. But I was gonna say, like, was there, well, I want to tell the audience, have you educate the audience a little bit more about what Crohn's is and tell them, kind of, I think that maybe a lot of people may not even know what that is. And then, but just also kind of like when you went there, I mean, was it like, what were you expressing to them that you had symptom wise and that this was just like an automatic, this has to be this kind of thing? And then what was their protocol? Obviously you had the surgery, but you know, now would you have done things differently? And what kind of would you take into place from that? It's kind of a lot at once, so take it as you need.
Um, well, it was like probably 6 to 8 months of kind of being like, what's going on with you? At first, they wanted to take my gallbladder out. And I'm like, without imaging or anything, like, you just want to take my gallbladder out? It just seems to be like, you have I was having like severe diarrhea and was losing weight, wasn't absorbing my food at all. So they're like, oh, it's your gallbladder, So they
So
wanted to,
crazy.
I know. So I said, no, like, let's not do that. So I did like a gallbladder cleanse, and it made me feel better for like a week, honestly. I mean, it's just, that's not sustainable. It's not going to last, right?
Right.
So I did that, and then just continued to suffer, honestly. And they were just like, well, we need to take your gallbladder out. They just kept saying that. And so, yeah, I mean, it eventually just got to where they had to go in and see what was inside. My appendix burst. There was so much inflammation going on. It was awful. So, yeah, until really they got inside and was able to biopsy what was going on, they didn't come to the conclusion of having Crohn's disease. But it was not absorbing any of my food. Horrible diarrhea, which made it impossible to sit through class and stuff. I mean, I was a junior in college. Um, Horrible fatigue, obviously. Um, Yeah, and then losing weight because nothing was hanging on.
Yeah, that's so crazy. So, what was, I mean, once you had the surgery and things, like, was that all that they did? Did they provide any lifestyle support or, hey, these are things that to support this or improve this? Is that something where you can, well, let's actually backtrack for a second and have you explain what Crohn's disease is so that way people can understand.
So it's an autoimmune disease, basically, where your cells are not, they're kind of attacking themselves as if with any autoimmune. I don't know how to really explain it. It's just a really inflammatory of the bowels, and it can be in different sections. It could be in the small intestine, large intestine, colon. It can be in different areas. So some people experience diarrhea, some people experience constipation. Just it can be different things, but that was my situation was just severe inflammation in the small intestine. So I was not absorbing anything because that's where you absorb all of your nutrients right there in the small intestine. So
Absolutely. Okay. And so from their protocol and things, like, was that just like you're gonna have this surgery and then be done? Or again, like what was the lifestyle approach that I feel like you had to teach yourself a lot of things, right?
yeah. Honestly, after surgery, it just because they got rid of all that inflammation, it was a lot better. But, without having a foot of my small intestine, it was kind of like had to retrain my body and slow down. I definitely I started learning to cook more. Just figuring out kind of what food triggers I had. Definitely super acidic foods, spicy, did not settle well with me. Um, I probably should have gone dairy free as well, but I love cheese and it makes me so happy. So I did avoid it for a while, but now I have it and I love it. Um, yeah, I mean, they did not provide me any sort of lifestyle. I think all they said was that a Mediterranean diet may be good for me, but I didn't really experiment with that at all. Just kind of experimented with different foods to see what would settle well with me. But um, I don't know. It was mostly changing, switching to non-toxic, working on stress and getting rid of toxic relationships as well and just slowing down. Because I had just been in that very go, 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 fight or flight mode my whole life. So just learning how to chill and kind of listen to my body. And I mean, it definitely didn't happen overnight. I'd say it probably took me 3 to 4 years to really learn how to do that and kind of navigate it on my own.
No, I think the healing journey is so people are like, I want from here to here, in a week. And it's like, that's not gonna happen. And
Not
trialing and trying a million different things and, being open to change. And again, I think a lot of it comes from people's fear of having to change their lifestyle, like I'm curious to know, obviously if you had done these things back then, if you would have been in that same situation. And I'm hopefully not, but it's just crazy to think that people just want these fixes, but they don't want to change their lifestyle. They don't want to do the things that are going to support their body better. And it's definitely hard because we know as practitioners that that's the ticket and that's like where people will see the most success. But I feel like a huge mental shift for people to have to do that.
for sure. I mean, people love their ways. They love their Bath and Body Works candles. It's funny the things that people like really hold
I
on to.
know.
I mean, and until you experience like the other side and like kind of play with different things and just try it out, you really don't know that it can be so much better. I mean, I know you posted, I think last week about like your skin clearing up, and it's just crazy that I don't know. I mean, I started from a place of changing my lifestyle before I really got into diet. I was kind of reverse. Whereas I feel like most people go to diet and then
Mm-hmm.
maybe change their lifestyle. So, and it's kind of reflective of like me doing health coaching and then going to diet as well. Like I'm still experiencing or experimenting with diet, but I've been a health coach for a little while now. And so I'm really helping people with the non-toxic lifestyle. I work for a functional medicine provider, and that's what I do is I help all of her clients, you know, switching to better cookware, switching, getting their toxic candles out, switching to non-toxic beauty, and then as well as stress management and sleep hygiene and stuff like that. But those are all just things that people don't think about before they think about changing their diet. But it's equally as important.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, I agree. I think it's a very like it's in this column, it's, fitness and nutrition, right? And then in this side, it's fitness, nutrition, hydration, minerals, non-toxic living, menstrual support, hormones, whatever. And it's like we don't ever think about all those other elements and how connected everything is. And I think it's, something I think grateful for even facilities that you're working out with Taylor, like that we're finally opening up this door a little bit more and people are interested in trying to seek out that root cause thing. An approach, I guess is the word. But yeah, so I'm curious, like if so have you had any, like once you had that experience, have you had any things happen since? Do you like, are you on a road to like recovery, or are you, like, would you claim to have that now? Is it kind of one of those things that do heal with the changes that you've made, or what exactly is your status currently?
I haven't had, the last time I had a flare up was when I was wedding planning, which was 6 years ago. And I think that was just a high stress situation. I was switching jobs. I was wedding planning. I was moving from like an old house into an apartment. So I think that maybe was some mycotoxin stuff going on as well. I was on the first floor, and I think that maybe there was mold situation because I felt worse when I lived there.
Interesting.
I never looked into it or anything, but I definitely remember just feeling worse there until we built our house, and it's just been a lot better since living in a new house that I had a little bit more control over, stuff like that.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm like, where was I going with that? Up it's
I have no idea. More like where you are now, how that.
Oh, my Crohn's stuff. But yeah, I mean, I spent this weekend like drinking martinis and wine with my mom. It was Memorial Day weekend. So I feel like anytime that I have kind of more of a relaxed weekend, I definitely like notice, and definitely not all the symptoms come creeping back in, but I'm like, oh man, I better tone it down a little bit and kind of refocus here. So yeah, just times of when I'm too relaxed on my diet and just enjoying life a little bit. Sometimes they can creep back in, but nothing like it was at all.
What would you say is like the biggest, obviously besides like diet and things like that, if you had to narrow it down to maybe like your top one or two big things that really made the biggest difference, what would you say?
Learning stress management and really tuning into my body. I don't know, and I feel like that's something that's just kind of you have to be mindful of. Just learning like, okay, I've been go 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 all day. I'm just gonna sit, do some deep breathing, and really tune in. Like, what do I need right now? Do I need water? Do I need to go outside for a walk? I love my essential oils. Sometimes I'm like, I just need some lavender. Like, I don't
Right?
know. Periodically throughout the day, taking moments to tune into your body, like that's what's truly helped me the most, because my entire life I've just really been go, 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 and I think that just tuning in has been the best thing for me, other than diet, of course. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think we live in such a culture that is so hustle and so on the go. And I know I've even been talking with other practitioners and just friends about this in general lately. You know, it's like there's always more you can do. There's always something else you can get done in the house. And if you're a business owner, more you can do on your business side. Like there's always something else that you can be doing. But to remember to step back and prioritize your health and your mental health, particularly. And like you said, just taking deep breaths and allowing yourself to get into a calm state and like shuffling the priorities around, you know, and especially for women with your menstrual cycle, right? Like we have those different phases, and it's crazy to think that we live in this culture that's like go 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 all the time, 24-hour cycle, but we weren't built that way, and we were designed to have these fluctuations and to honor that. And I think it's just so cool that that's becoming more common in a conversation, because giving women and especially moms, you know, grace to actually sit and chill and be, that's okay, right? And like you didn't have
Yeah.
to earn it, nothing like that. You just actually, that's how your body works, and that's what you need currently in this moment. So I think that that is something that I'm specifically very passionate about too. And I think it's just awesome to see, you know, but like simple things can make such a big difference, you
Oh,
know?
for sure. For sure. Absolutely.
What would you say would be like your top stress management tips for people besides like daily deep breaths and things, but anything else that you have incorporated that you feel like are really helpful? Like journaling maybe, or
I
anything like that?
go through phases of really loving journaling. It really just depends. Like currently my 2-year-old is waking up very early in the morning and I'm just not getting my journaling in. But like non-negotiable is going to bed at the same time every night, making sure I'm getting sleep and getting morning sun or going for a walk. Like those are two things that are non-negotiable. I work from home too, so I just have to make sure that those things, two things, are very consistent in my life. So yeah, I mean, it just seems so simple, but truly like getting outside, getting fresh air, disconnecting from social media or my computer, and making sure I'm getting sleep is like, it has to happen because everything comes crashing down if it doesn't happen.
Right. I know, I agree. I think the sleep can be hard. I mean, it's hard to get into a routine, especially if you're watching a movie late night or something like that. But it's so important to prioritize that, because, especially when you can. I think even in my group program last night, we were having a conversation about just, again, life happening, and a lot of the girls had busy weeks. And it was just one of those things where, you know, there's things in life that you're not going to be able to control, right? You're not going to be able to control every aspect of your health and every aspect of your routine, but you use the word non-negotiable. And it's just like, you know, I love that, because it's like, what are the things that you have to do every single day to feel good about yourself and good about
Yep.
your body? And it's like, you know, we always think we have to accomplish 50 plus things to have a healthy lifestyle and to reach our goals, but it's like sometimes you just need to be consistent with 2 or 3 simple things, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I know, like, walking outside in the morning, people are, you know, getting this, that's like sets your circadian rhythm, and people don't really realize those benefits. And then like also just getting sun and just allowing yourself to kind of be out in nature. I don't know, whenever I'm outside, I feel so much better.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I have like the sudden urge all of a sudden throughout the day. I'll be like, I really want to go outside and just sit and be calm. And so when I have that urge, I like really try to listen to that because it makes a world of difference. Like I'm a better mom. I'm more focused on work. I'm more focused on studying. Like it just seems so simple, but like truly health in my mind does not have to be like, oh, I have to be so strict. I need to do this. I need to eat this many grams of protein. Like whatever. There's a time and a place to like be really strict and stuff if you're like on a healing protocol or something. But like I just think simplifying it and listening to those needs that your body is telling you can go such a long ways.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah. Simple is always better. And yeah, progress, not perfection. You're not going to
Yeah.
get it in one day.
Yep.
Well, I love this conversation and I appreciate you hopping in with me today. And I want to know kind of like how people can get in contact with you. You know, if there's anything in particular that you, resources or obviously with graduation, anything coming up that you want to share about.
Um, well, I don't really know what it's gonna look like seeing clients and stuff after school. Since I am a health coach for Taylor, we're kind of discussing like if I'm gonna have my own practice or yeah, I don't really know what it's gonna look like. It's still kind of in
That's
the
okay.
works, but I love sharing on social media. Oh Hey Health is my Instagram, so I'm very simple on there. I don't get I don't get like too crazy. I don't really feel like I have like my niche yet. I'm trying to kind of figure that out. But yeah, I enjoy being on there and connecting with people like you. So yeah, come say hey.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what made you pick that name? I was always curious.
I don't know. My 4-year-old, anytime he like walks in a room, he'll be like, "Oh hey mom. Oh hey dad." Like he just does that. And so
That's so cute.
when I was like coming up with a little handle, my mom said, "Why don't you do it? Oh hey health." I was like, "Okay, sounds good."
I love that. I love how there's names like behind, like my name, my brother came up with. He's like
It's
health and wellness, and I was like, that's so stupid.
oh, I love
And then I was like, okay, actually, it's kind of creative, and it might actually. And then I was so mad because I have like the underscore at the very end, you know, and I had my original name of my account was Okalia instead.
oh I love
And I was like, okay, I mean, it was fine, but obviously, if I could incorporate my name in some way, I wanted to do that. And then, but I like when I was I had this like date, I was gonna change it and market it to everybody and let them know. And so I went on and Health and Wellness with no underscore was available. And then I freaking go and I announced it like 3 days later, and someone takes the name, and I was like, are you serious? So then I have an
oh
underscore. Now it's bothered me ever since because I was like, if only I was 3 days sooner.
I hadn't
But
even thought before. It's super cute. At least all the words can be together. So that's good.
that's true. That is true. I was like, not like a bunch of it's yeah. It's the whole that's the key is having the name, and people probably don't even realize it, but it's one of those things. But
I do buns and balance. I mean, how
mhm.
cute is and then there's so fresh and so green is another one I've seen. I'm like, those are so cute. Why can't I be that clever?
I know, I know. I have a friend who does food. She does a lot of like recipes and stuff, and it's always romaine calm, like romaine lettuce.
Cute.
It's so cute. I love it. I just love the creativity. So,
Very
but I also love the story behind the name. So I think that's really cool that your son did that.
yeah.
That's really sweet. Well, I'll give you the rest of your Thursday back. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I'll post this to my page for anyone that wants to go back and watch. But otherwise, I'll see you on Instagram.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Yeah, of course. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.